Kiwi dollar, NZD, USD. Let's take a look. So, first things first, we got to figure out, is it bullish or bearish? I'm going to go with bearish, but we'll put this moving average on the daily, and you can see definitely bearish. Also created a lower low recently, so it's very good. We'll throw, pivot point's actually good. Good to start off with and look at. So it broke this previous pivot point and it broke the S1, so now it's headed to S2, so that is probably where it's going to end up on the month. But we'll get rid of those for now, and we will see what we're looking at on these lower time frames. So first things first, I just want to put this in here, this liquidity area that has been broken, and you can see support here, broke with this candle, retested, and then broke even lower, and Friday was a nice bearish candle. And so now we're probably just looking at a retest of this zone to go lower, but I just want to look at first our ranges. So last week did 114 pips, it usually does about 130, so that's pretty much bang on, real close. It's got about another 70 pips, 80 pips left to go in the month. So if the low of the month here, let's see, is 58.15 minus another 80 pips ish is about 57.50, 57.40 is probably where it's going to end up, and I bet you that's where that S2 is. So if we'll look at that pivot point, 57.80, so actually quite a bit more. So we'll put our range, I don't even know what to call it, just our range identifier here. So top of the month, October 11th, let's just see if this does about 340. We're still good to go to a little bit past this S2 actually, so this is about how much room it's got for the month still, between here and here, so that's good to keep in mind. And then as far as weekly, you're looking at, again, about 130 to 140 pips, so we'll keep that in mind when setting up a potential trade. So I'm looking at, it actually is finding some support on this 4 hour, so I do think we'll get a pullback upwards to this zone, retest this area here, and then head lower. But there's a couple other things I want to look at here just to be certain. So obviously this area is very significant, and odds are price will hit it and then sell off, but just something to keep in mind. I want to see on this daily, as far as like retracements. So this since October 11th, it's just been straight down, and so I would keep in mind that this does have potential to pull back at any point. So just because it hasn't had one yet in the last couple weeks here, so but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to hit this zone. I think this zone is very significant. So now that it's broken it and retested it, I think it's going to, if anything, come up to it again, maybe come up a little bit through it for a liquidity grab, and then dive deeper. So we're looking at about 140 pip move next week, and then so I would this would be kind of the trade setup I'm looking at. So let's figure out where the week ends, the 27th. So we'll just put that there. We're looking at 140 pips, so all the way down here. I do believe that's still within the month's range, and then probably put this about here. So yeah, we'd keep our stops. Obviously, it just really depends on how price comes into this area. If it comes in super bullish, and take, like, you got a 4 hour candle that closes through this zone, then I'd be a little hesitant to take it. But if you get if price basically comes up and just touches the area and sells off, and then you get a nice bearish engulfing candle, so as soon as price comes up like this, and then you get a nice bearish engulfing candle down, then that's usually good to enter. And looks like you have really good risk to reward here. My favorite thing is to really solidify trades and look for a lot of confirmations. So ideally it'd be nice if this 4 hour moving average came down and price caught up to it, but to just really use it as resistance. But we also got the 1 hour here, so that I believe this will line up actually really well. So ideally this 1 hour moving average comes down, we keep our stops above it as price comes up, and this moving average holds price, Keep your stop above this moving average, and then look to enter and just target the full weekly range. And you probably get, we're looking at about a 3.5 risk to reward. If this is the setup for next week, I mean, if this plays out, it might take a couple days for it to actually come up to here. So, but then just make sure you get that bearish engulfing candle inside this zone, and keep our stop above, like I said, that 1 hour moving average. If it any sort of wicks that it produces here, make sure the stop is well above those, just in case price likes to come up and do a liquidity grab. You want to be ready. And then I just want to make sure that this is still within the monthly range. Oh, we do have a big zone, but it's way down here. So like I said, our monthly range, we just want to make sure that we're within it. I think it was, we said what, 340. So actually, that's bang on. So I really like when weekly and monthly ranges overlap. So what this tells me is that it's going to most likely complete this. There's not going to be a pullback next week, I don't think. And what it's going to do is just keep going. It's going to keep moving downwards. It's going to fulfill that weekly range of 140 pips, and then ultimately fulfill that monthly range of 340 pips, and then most likely pull back at that point. So you're looking for price to come down here and then move back upwards, and so this is where you'll probably get your retracement. So just seen this time and time again. So this is going to be the scenario. So after price moves next week, you're looking for your pullback up to this 50% zone, which would also be aligned with this area here. So super significant, super realistic for that to happen. All your ranges, everything are in play. Your moving average for resistance, or I guess support in this case, because you're looking to sell it. So that's in our favor. We're with the trend. Everything's super bearish. Daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. So again, just looking for price to come up to this area, and then a bearish engulfing candle of some kind, and then targeting lower. So that is my take on Kiwi dollar here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.